Last day today. Want to talk about all that's happened this trip, the plans that are coming. Things unravel as I'm here, and I'll work out day by day what's going on. I have a larger plan, um, but I have to work with what's going on here. I can make all these plans back home, and I can do what I do is my 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plans. But until I'm back in Cambodia, until I'm seeing what's happening on the ground and how the schools are managing, how the staff and the teachers are going, um, I can't lock anything in because I feel like it's best for me to roll with them. So that's how we do things here. The schools they're going great. Their school numbers. I've met with both my project managers at both schools and then the teachers and asked what they think is best in terms of the growth that we do. Bakong School, we have 3 full-time teachers running there. Our numbers are over 300. With that school, when we open the 4th classroom properly and we employ the 4th teacher, we're going to take numbers another 90 to 100. They think that it will be best if we do that next year, toward the end of this year or next year, because we did a fast year there last year. We built the school, we opened it, and all of the structures for the organisation were created as well. So, as well as child sponsorship and teacher scholarship programs. I kind of unloaded all of this work onto them, the way that the lessons and the units of learning are running it to a very high standard, but something that has never been seen around the village areas. So I'm aware that they probably need a year to, sorry, hair in my mouth there, a year to consolidate all that work. So we will open the 4th classroom next year and take our numbers closer to over the 400 mark. But this year for Bakong, it's cruising. There's a lot of kids. When we opened last year, we had enrollments of 30 students, and we moved in the first week to 280. So that growth's kind of gone bang. We're just going to keep that rolling through and allow student numbers to come in, but not get our 4th classroom and those numbers of over 400 until next year. Tray Village is very different. We're opening properly the 3rd classroom. We've got 2 huge classrooms running. So there's 3 classrooms there, but they're quite large. So the numbers are looking at about 50 per session. I've spoke to the project manager, Vante, there, and the teachers, and they want to, and they're ready to open up full-time 3rd classroom. So we've got a new teacher starting at Shirai Village, and this will take our numbers from 280 to 320, 330. So we're now hitting up probably to the level of Bakong School. I feel like this year both numbers will be at 350 with 3 full-time teachers at both of the villages and both of the schools. Next year, Tray will keep at that. I don't think we'll need to open a 4th classroom. We'll probably keep the numbers there, but we will expand Bakong over to the 400 mark. 2021, we're looking at some buildings, so I came over to check how the facilities are, which they're fine, they're maintaining, and to grow them next year and what we need done. Bakong School, we're looking at getting the whole new playground replaced and creating an undercover, like a seating area for the older students to come and sit, because they've been coming in and they've asked for that. So we'll get them a seating area going down, and the little kids love the tire playground, but it's getting a banging, so I think we might replace that with slides and swings and things. Tray Village, they need landscape, they've said, so we're going to put some landscape in, make gardens, seating area as well, and a smaller play area. Those funds will be raised while I'm back in Australia this year, which is really good, and that's the growth that I'm allowed to do back home and can do with funding. So fundraisers coming, all of those things for me to be able to approach people and connect them into the work over here, of course, increases the funding. I've talked about when I live here, how it is harder for me to get funding, it's harder for me to connect to my sponsors. So there's the advantages there that next year we'll have that growth in facilities as well as student numbers. Coming home tomorrow? No, I'm coming home today. I was concerned when I came to Siem Reap this trip. This is my first trip back, not living here, and I was concerned that I would want to stay here and live, and then that would put a spanner in the works because I do need to be back in Melbourne to do these things and connections, and it's quite the opposite. I follow my heart and I follow what I'm meant to do, and I knew, as I've said in the previous video, that I was meant to be back home. for the personal side for me and for the business of the charity, those two need to go together. Just like Australia and Cambodia, I talk about that. There's me personally doing self-development, making sure that I'm filled up to be able to give out, and then there's the funding and the admin and what needs to happen with the charity. I'm really glad that I've come on this trip and realised that everything is growing and it's also sustaining. It's put into works. The teachers and project managers have agreed the plans that I had coming over, they want to work with. So everything's going really well. In terms of me coming back, I'm really excited to come back home and to get connecting out there this year, and also to get back into my life of structure back home, and personally the difference between living here and there and the work. Really cool stuff. Got the new shirts. Woo! Got some new shirts going out. I'm trialing these out. And I'm going to be hitting up the merch, so selling a few of these, and we'll do these at fundraiser events and online. I think that's it today, to be honest. Everything is flowing really, really well here, and I guess I'm ready to come back. I'm also so proud of the work that my staff and my teachers are doing here. I love seeing my villagers, both Bakong and Strait, and being with the people and showing them that I am back with them and I am here continually. I'm not going to come here for 1 month for the year and stay for that time and then go back home. I want to come every school holidays and be able to show my face consistently and measure that growth. So if I'm here 4 times a year for a week, you can see how I'm able to keep track of that growth. As I do back home, I plan and I plan and I plan and I plan here, but it is useless unless it's able to be implemented here in the Khmer world, in Cambodia, so that the teachers and the staff are agreeing, because they are the most important part here. They are on the ground, they are doing the work. So just checking in on that is really important. All right. See everybody. Thanks for your support. I want to thank you. I can't do it in person. I can do it in cyberperson, for following what's happening over here and for supporting that each time. When we were building the school and asking for donations, and I was here, and that's where I stuck with funding last year, and I couldn't fundraise while I was living here. People jumped on board as soon as I put something up saying we need a playground, we need tables and chairs. You did that. It's not like I'm working and running a business and just using money and taking money out. It all relies on donations, and it relies on people being a part of this, and you're making it happen back home, you're making it happen over the world, and the sponsors, child sponsors that we have in America and in Canada, in Australia, like, this stuff's huge. And I just wanted to do a heart-to-heart to everybody watching and to all the people that are involved in this, like liking photos, just being on social media and allowing that to spread. It's truly beautiful. The last thing I just remembered is the growth for child sponsorship is really great. We're going to up the rice and the health supply. So I've talked to Sarun about that. So we'll be upping the rice supply per family, per child, and also health supplies as well as food. So that's really looking good as well for our sponsor families. See everyone. Looking forward to getting back in Melbourne. Bye-bye.